All right, I'm going to open the Whitman Aid to the Elderly and Aid to the Elderly and Disabled Taxation Committee meeting. It's Wednesday, October 8th, 2025 at 10:30. Present are John Galvin,
Ryan Trussell,
Heidi Hosmer,
Ken Layla.
Debbie O'Brien.
Absent is Sharon LaPiccolo. Okay, so let's start off. I will, again, a second set of minutes that I sent you, I tried to catch all of the spelling and word mistakes. Ken just noticed another one that we spelled Deborah's last name wrong on the first page at the end. I will take a motion to accept the minutes from the September 10th, 2025 meeting.
Motion to accept.
second.
Okay, we do have the revision that we just mentioned to Deborah's last name at the bottom. Any other comments or changes, Deborah?
On the second page of the application form revision, Sharon and I both do not remember her suggesting moving the circuit breaker credit from real estate tax.
Okay, that's on the, okay, so where are you again?
Application form revision. Right here.
Circuit breaker credit. Moving the circuit breaker credit from real estate to the assistance. Did we actually do that?
I want to say we did.
I don't know that we did. I think
Yeah.
it was
We suggested moving that
the
because of
clause.
because the circuit breaker isn't part of the town exemption. It's like
Yeah, we moved it under assistance.
yeah, because it's separate.
Yeah, under with SNAP, fuel assistance and those.
Because it's a
So
state.
maybe somebody else made that
That
suggestion?
might have been Heidi.
It was me.
It was Heidi.
Oh, okay.
So let's change that to.
Only because it's not an exemption for the town. It's actually
Okay,
just
so
a tax
we'll change that
credit
to
on the
Heidi.
state taxes. I only know that because I was reading about it because of my age. I don't think we're getting it anyway, but I just,
Thank you. Any other comments, changes? Okay. So vote to accept the minutes as amended.
So moved.
Actually,
Oh,
everybody's
yeah,
here.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so vote
Wait,
to.
Sharon's not here, right?
Oh,
Oh,
true.
yeah,
Yeah, but
But
still,
doesn't matter. She's okay,
doesn't
right?
matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So vote to accept the minutes as amended.
All right.
That's everybody, and that's unanimous with the present people present. So that's good to hear that. Okay. And an update from Deborah on. I know you had some conversations I saw via email with Mary Beth about checking to see if we can pay the fee for the online payment from our account, and I'm expecting the answer to be negative.
So we're kind of caught in a weird loop. I'm waiting on the DOR to get back to us. So I was in a meeting, and John Adams, he said, you have to reread the law. He said, the only way you can take donations is if somebody checks it off on their tax bill or on a separate insert that we put in with the tax bill.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's the only way you can take donations.
Okay.
So I have a question to the DOR saying, is that in fact the only way that we can take donations? So I can't answer I can answer the question on the fees if it is permissible that we can take donations a different way. We can take them online without a fee because they're set up the same way as the Cultural Council is set up. Problem with that is Mary Beth didn't like how it makes it harder for us in terms of reconciling the accounts because everything gets jumbled in. So there was hesitation on her side for that. So, but if we can't take them in, then that whole answer doesn't matter, I guess.
Right.
The long and short.
Right.
So,
Okay, so kind of further down. Well, let's go to, before I get into that, any update on the donation balance?
yes, that September is a slow month, so we only had another $206.
So we're
Up to $23.60.
$23.60.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Let me ask
Now,
you.
Deborah, go ahead, Ken. You first.
Ask you a question. If Deborah can't get any okay from the Department of Revenue or they nix any ideas, how are we going to fund this?
Well, that's actually for a discussion in new business.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah, so I'm going to go to B. I'm going to skip over the application for a second and go to number 2 under B. So it was brought up by Deborah and Sharon last meeting that we are not allowed to solicit. And
Correct.
there was I reached out to Mary Beth. Mary Beth actually reached out to town council. I believe you were copied in that reply. And I thought, and then I had a discussion with Mary Beth on the phone last week. I'd be interested to see what DOR says, because town council seems to think that as long as we're not soliciting, we can take the donations. So we can't solicit anything. We can't put anything on the sign. We can't reach out to anybody. We can't. The website that I have going, technically, I actually deleted the donor form, that form that we had, the flyer that we had. I deleted that from my post. The post that I had, where I thanked the donors and said you can mail the checks in. Technically, as a member, I should not have said you can mail the checks in. I could thank them, but I couldn't say mail the checks in. But I thought, and then the follow-up I had with Mary Beth last week on the phone, that we should still be able to take donation checks that are mailed in. And also, and that's later on in our discussion, to have like a friends of, to make donations. So I don't know if we want to dive into that now or we want to wait, but it'd be interesting to see what the DOR has to say.
So
Because from what I read from this lengthy email from their comment, that as long as we weren't doing it, we could take them. So I don't know what your opinion on that.
well, so I did ask the DOR, like in my email, like if that is the case, that we can only take them if it's checked off on a box. Is it okay if we have a friends of group, still go out looking for donations and then direct the donors to their tax bill to check it off and send it in? Like, I don't know how else to kind of get around it, if that is the case. Do you know what I mean? I did reread the law and I was like, oh, it kind of just says, it has to be on a separate form in a checkbox and, where you pledge or donate.
So I have a question for you, Deborah, which is that you said we got $200+ in donations in September. How did those come in?
On their tax bills.
Oh, so the tax bill. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
So, yeah.
I wasn't sure because obviously it's not a. You said it's a slow month, so I wasn't sure if they were coming in. Because the question I would have is if someone did write a check separate their bill that has already happened, what happens to that donation in terms of us if we're not allowed to accept it? Do we have to give that money back? Do we have to?
Yeah, I don't know on that. Because the whole thing was if we created a friends of group, so they would go out, solicit the money, and then they get it, and then they would deposit it. We would deposit it into a gift account.
Right.
And that's when the town accountant was like, there is no gift account for this. Because you can only take it via tax bills.
Ouch.
I was like,
Great.
So that was in the town council?
no, that was the town accountant, or the consultant.
Okay.
Sorry.
The consultant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I messaged the DOR probably 4 times, and I was like,
So I'm gonna, I think after this, as we wait to hear from the DOR, maybe you should express that. I don't know if you've talked to Mary Beth about that yet or not, but definitely get town council's opinion on that, because the we're going to talk about Friends of the Elderly later. I think there's, if we're limited on how we can do that, I don't know how we're going to really do this. I mean, because you look at Friends of the Library, Friends of the Town Park.
I don't see why.
They've all, they have fundraisers. They have, they have fundraisers in town hall. They have all kinds of fundraisers that you can really, or if we're limited, oh yeah, we're friends of the elderly, but you have to do it through your tax form.
Yeah,
that's-
I wonder because I'm wondering if that's the way around it. Actually, is to create that.
Yeah, but one opinion from an experienced municipal
I know.
accountant, but he is the accountant, he's not a lawyer. So,
Right.
but he is
Right.
experienced.
Yeah, and we are, based on what Mary Beth has told me, we are governed by the DOR.
Yeah.
So that's kind of,
Had to see
even
what-
if town accountant, or if the town council says something, we kind of.
No, the DOR is
The last-
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying once we get that,
Yeah.
maybe,
So when he said at the meeting, I went, "Are you kidding? Like that's."
yeah, okay.
Here's
But
one-
but the Friends of the Library and all of them, they're taking in donations. So
But I don't think they're not governed by a specific
Right.
Master General law the same way this is.
you're right.
So that's a
That's
difference.
like-
The libraries
that's the
don't have the same,
Yeah, that's right.
strictures on them.
That's
Now,
the
I have a question about this:
point.
is that if let's say that we are able to create a Friends of the Elderly Disabled Committee, none of us can be on it, right?
That's right.
It would be so. It would have to be people that are. We have to find 4 or 5 or whatever people that aren't us, right?
Or if one of us decides to resign and becomes the Friends leader,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was kind of my
Wow.
discussion later on, is to talk about that. But at this point right now, I think we maybe want to hold until we
Right.
get more information on that.
Here's
You
one.
know,
that-
I mean, at this point now, I know we're jumping all around in the agenda, but let's just flow with it. At this point right now, we're pretty much gonna approve the application today. We've got pretty much everything set up. The next thing is fundraising, and where could I personally do more to help this than to step down here and go run that. And I'd still come to meetings and all that, but we'd have to reorganize obviously and hopefully find another member. But I think it would be, I don't know. I mean, again, I have that on the agenda later because I actually talked that over with Mary Beth and she thought that was a good idea too. Just because we are kind of got everything set up, we just need the money.
Once it stops rolling, then
Yeah. So, I mean, again, we'll put that on hold now
Here's one-
until we have a better idea of what's going on with the
throw at you. The historical commission in town. There's two forms of it: historical commission and there's this historical society. Commission can't do the fundraising, but yet the society can. So I mean,
So the commission, I think, is appointed by the town, and the
Yeah,
society is
just
probably
a separate group.
I
Yeah.
mean, the friends. We
they-
would set this up similar. If we are able to do a friends of that could work, we would set this up as a 401c3, I guess, or whatever it's going to be,
Separate
a
from the
nonprofit, and it would be all the money would come into their bank account, and then they would then write a donation check to the town. So
Okay.
all that's how the money would be done, and
Wow.
assuming that can be done.
we have to wait.
Assuming that people can walk in and walk up to the collector's office and say, I want to make a donation and write a check and not have it be part of their tax. So again, one of the things that Mary Beth did mention to me, and I don't know if she talked to you about it, is that there are other things that are tax bills, the personal property tax and the motor vehicle tax.
Yeah.
So getting the checkbox on those two items
Would help.
sounds like it would be within the realm of what the accountant is suggesting needs to be done. And currently, we only have it on the real estate tax bill, correct? So that's something I think, and I don't know if we need even a vote to do that, or we just say we're going to do that.
I don't know how you did it initially.
I think we initially voted to do that because we outlined it. We were talking on how we wanted to structure it. But now that we have it structured and we have it on there, it would be want to do it. I'm assuming we'd want to do it the same as we have on the on the real estate tax.
tax, yeah.
Yeah,
But I still think there's no harm in voting for it, right? So then it's
Say that again?
I don't think there's any harm for us to take a vote
Yeah.
to do that. Yeah. Okay.
So we'll just, I don't know when the next round of those go out.
well, the personal property that was 10-1.
Okay, so we missed that.
Real estate, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And motor vehicle is rolling.
Okay,
So it's kind of like when the registry sends us a file of, cars from
Okay.
X amount of the last 3 months.
so next personal property doesn't go out until 10/1 of next year?
No, it'll go out.
January.
Yeah, January.
Yeah.
Let me count my fingers. That's January.
Because I remember getting
So
the bill
quarterly.
and paying it by
Yes,
February. Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's January.
Quarterly. Okay, good. So we get that at least. Okay, so what do we skipped over here? Donation box, we just covered that. Friends, we've already covered that. Comments from the TA, we've covered that. Application revisions. Okay, so if anybody needs to, I printed out the final copy that we have right there. If you want a copy of it. Basically, what we did to change it, we put the council on page 1B. We put the Council on Aging first. The application form is available in the Council. I guess I should say at the Council of Aging. No, in the Council of Aging office, maybe. Right? Does that? The application form is available in the Council of Aging. Or should we say at the Council of Aging?
Yeah.
At the Council of Aging, yeah, that takes
And then
care of it.
and then put in the town treasurer's office.
In town treasurer's office,
The assessor's
assessor's office, or
Or
online.
online.
We switched that and put us third, the treasurer's office.
Yep.
And actually put it to probably the treasurer collector's office because people know that is.
Put it in smaller font.
Or just put the collector's office
In the-
because that's where people know downstairs the window.
Yeah, that okay.
Yeah.
In the town collector's office.
Yeah. But put us third because our window is so busy
Yeah.
that if somebody comes up and has a million questions, like the girls don't have time to kind of go through an application with somebody, whereas the assessors
Okay.
have a bit more privacy and stuff like that too.
Right, I get
know
you.
what I mean? So,
And even the assessors, I mean, they didn't.
Well, hopefully most people will be going to the Council on Aging.
I would.
Yeah, I would
Right.
think so.
but is this for veterans as well? That was the other.
Is this what?
For veterans as well or no?
For what?
Veterans.
Veteran?
No.
No.
Just elderly and disabled. Okay.
Elderly and disabled.
So
yeah.
I would say the Council of Aging would be the first
Go to, yes.
spot.
Yeah, there's no determination.
Because even
difference
in
for
the
that.
assessor's office, I don't work in there, so
Yeah,
I can't answer.
Okay, and then the second change we made was on page 4 at the top, assistance. Before we had clause in 17E or clause 41D, and we made it 2 lines. And then apparently, I didn't have this note, apparently circuit breaker credit, I thought we moved that a while ago, but okay. So we set it up that way, clause 17E, 41D, and circuit breaker credit under assistance as single lines.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
All right. Any other changes that? Again, we're in no rush to approve this, so I suggest we don't need to approve it today. We can approve it at the next meeting, because we always seem to be catching something.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
things keep changing so late, it's
The only other thing that will eventually change on this is the 80% area median
Oh, yeah.
income line, because that's this current year,
Yes.
and it'll change to fiscal 26
right.
once we have that information. So that'll change eventually. I don't think we need to wait to approve this form for that to change. That's going to change every year.
You're gonna have to update the form every
Yeah,
year.
I mean, certain items are going to change every year, like, eligibility year, the fiscal years, all those things are going to change yearly anyway, so that'll just be part of those changes. All right, so we'll make those changes. Ken, you've been making those changes in the box.
Yeah, I have seen it.
You and I have
Not
been going
purposely. No, I just went in there. I thought I could just make the change and print it out for myself. All of a sudden, it says you saved it. I went, oh,
That's it. Well, that's that. So again, that
not purposely.
the OneDrive is a shared drive. So
Yeah.
the files in there are shared for everybody. So if you want, I'll go in and make the
Yeah,
change.
go ahead. Yeah,
All right.
I don't want to overstep.
Yeah,
my
that's
bounds.
that's
I
what's
didn't
nice about
realize
that
it.
OneDrive is like anything in there we all have access to. So I've been like putting agendas in there, putting minutes in there. Anything that we all want to have. The general law is in there. Town meeting information is in there. So anything that we want is in there. So All right, that's all I have in the agenda. Does anybody have anything else that they would like to discuss? Guess not. So we'll go for second Wednesday in November, which is November 12th is the next meeting. Does that make sense to everybody?
That's not Veterans Day, is it?
Veterans Day is the day
No, the
before.
11th, yeah.
Is the
All right,
Monday.
okay, fine.
No, it's the Tuesday. Sorry.
All right.
Second
I'm
Wednesday?
that.
Second Wednesday, November 12th.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
10:30.
Yep.
a.m.
On the 12th. All right. Wednesday the 12th.
Wow, record time here.
Well, yeah.
So if nobody else has any comments, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, sounds good.